Morning everybody, just sorting me cup of tea out. Hang on. Oh, read it in a minute. Welcome to this Friday flick through video. Yeah? How's everybody doing? That's balanced quite precariously, just like life. Uh-oh. That's the theme for today. Right, where's my note? Welcome. Friday, flick through video. Trying a different position today. Got to keep it spicy, haven't you? Yeah? It's just full of innuendo today, as always. Got to chop it around, change it around, keep it spicy. So we're going to do it this way. Hope everybody's okay. I've got loads of new stock in, as always. Nothing dead exciting, so if you're the first time watching this video, it's a lot of me rattling on. And if you are a long tortured watcher of these videos, you know what to expect. You've only got yourself to blame. Caveat emptor, they say. That's a big couple of words, isn't it? That's one of them phrases you learn thinking, oh, I know Latin, and you just learn like caveat emptor. Whatever, or the Everton thing, whatever that is. I'm not Evertonian. Right, yeah, okay, right. Most importantly, big question for everybody today, just to get things going, is you might not have been asked such a difficult, deep, personal question, but the question is this: who is in the mood for trumpets? Yeah, me. Come on, James. You must have used Just for Men on that. So what's on in the mood for trumpets? We're all in the mood for trumpets. If you're not in the mood for trumpets, you're bored of life, right? What's on this? Little Brown Jug? Don't know. That Old Black Magic? Don't know. Moonlight Serenade? Don't know. In the Mood? I know that. That's Uji Flip, innit? Glenn Miller. String of Pearls? Don't know. Right. There's James. Right, what else? Gig. Sam Roberts is playing 29th of July. There's no gig this month. It's a bit warm, isn't it? So, I just pulled the gig for this month. The artist who was playing is going to be playing in November. So, the next gig is 29th of July. So, come along to that. Please come along and support local musicians. Sam's got as a local musician, so come and support him. What else? If you watch these videos, and you're new to it, I have a little moan, little whinge, talk about how difficult life is for me as a sort of middle-aged. I don't know how lucky I am. I don't know, honestly. If you're born in this, anyway, let's not get into that. Oh, apology for last week. I think I might have mentioned Plato, when of course I didn't mean Plato, Fall and Rise of the Roman Empire. I meant Plutarch. Not read that either. I had that on my shelf. I remember I bought a few books. I thought I better gonna read them. I bought that. Never read it. I bought Ulysses. Never read it. And no, I think I'm getting my James Joyce mixed up with Homer. I am. We all do, don't we? The Iliad. What else I bought? I bought Balzac, thinking, yeah, I'm gonna read some Balzac in a student union. That'll attract the sort of indie goth type girls over, won't it? That didn't do. There's a ding for Balzac there. What else? Oh yeah, I've been watching loads of YouTube videos and trying to obviously ink up. Scratch my head. The production value of these videos, which I'm sure you're all desperate to see. I mean, I had the drone in the zone last week. Pretty good. I watched one the other day, and a bloke was talking to the camera, and he obviously had two cameras. And then the next minute, he's like that. Like you're some sort of clinical observer on him. And when you watch a video, probably much like this, and you go, "You're annoying," and you turn it off. Oh, I couldn't get to the remote quick enough to turn this dude off. I was like, that's just winding me up. So, oh yeah, but also sponsors. Lots of videos have sponsors, and you hate it, don't you? Because you're just getting in, and you're thinking, oh, this is going to be good about, Conspiracy Theory X or whatever, and you're thinking, oh, this is good. And we're now sponsored by, and they're sponsored by NordVPN or something. Anyway, I'll word over to my sponsor now. Tea. That's it. I'm sponsored by tea. That keeps me going. Oh, it's a bit hot. I'm in my flask today. What else? Oh yeah, Amazon have destroyed another. Amazon have destroyed a song for me, and that song on the new Amazon advert is one of my favourite soul songs ever, and it's King Curtis and Memphis Soul Stew. And if you want it, I've got it here. I've got it on vinyl. I always keep it in stock. I've actually got a copy of it, the live version, which is one of the best versions, on 8-track. Look at that sealed 8-track. King Curtis, live at the Fillmore, 1970. This King Curtis, they use a track from this gig at the beginning of With Nail and I, don't they? You know, when they're going in a cafe, With Nail and I, and la la la. They use that, and I think it's meant to signify the death of the 60s, because it's obviously a bit of a morbid tune. It's played amazingly by King Curtis, and I'm pretty confident that after that gig he went out and outside and was murdered, sadly. So there's a ding for King Curtis. Right. So anyway, thanks Amazon. What else? Who else? Pete Batsman, jazz clarinist, saxophonist, died. Sorry to hear that. And there's a ding for anybody else in your world who might have got on the big glass elevator to the sky. That's a ding for them. It's meant to be respectful, the dings. It's meant to be. I'm sure you know the spirit in which it's meant. Oh yeah, quickly, right? Put it in the comments below. Don't put it in the comments below. I'm not going to read them. I don't want you to subscribe. I don't want you to put it in the comments. Just enjoy watching my midlife crisis if that's your thing, and put back some records. Anyway, I went off to somewhere. I won't name it, but you're meant to get your parking back, right? You go and park, you pay. You go to this facility, you use the facility, you get your money back for your parking. Went to the facility, went to get me money back for the parking, and they gave me 10p less. And it's only 10p. But the principal, and you know when you're in that moment and you go, oh, it doesn't matter, I'll walk. But I was like, no, that's the queue behind me with my son. And I'm like, but you've only given me £2.10, there's £2.20. And he's like, oh, this is, and the dude was like, oh, that's what the till says. I'm like, what? What does that's what the till says? That's what the till says. And he's like trying to turn around the thing to show me the till. And I'm like, no, but I've paid £2.20. You're meant to give me back the whole amount, right? Yeah, but that's what the till says. And I could tell he was enjoying just being annoying. So I was getting more and more annoyed. And I'm like, you're being very, very unhelpful. And at this point, my son is just like cringing. And anyway, he was just like, that's what the till says. Oh, till says no. And I'm like, Urgh! And I walked out and I was like, look, it's the principle of it. Apologising to the people behind me. I'm very sorry, but it's the principle of it. My son is like trying to climb inside his own head. I know, we get outside and he went, you're such a Karen, don't ever embarrass me again. And I felt like writing a letter, basically. I mean, it was that much. You know, when you think, I'm gonna write a letter to the lead singer of Echo and the Bunnymen. So I was angry. 10p. We might as well. Right, let's get into it. 9 minutes. Hello, welcome to the flick through video. I'm just writing my timing down. If you've not watched the first 9 minutes, you've missed out on nothing. Different angles. Right, I've got loads of 7s in. I'm picture disc. There's nothing that special. I'm gonna have to itch my nose, so I'll do it off screen. Sorry. Ooh. Itch your nose and your ears pop. Itch your nose, blow your nose. I've got tissues. God, never thought I'd get to a point where you leave the house and you go, oh, wallet, keys, tissues. That's it, innit? Wallet, keys, tissues. Let's have a ding for that. Right, anyway, look, loads of picture discs, like Adamant picture disc. Oh, that's not a picture disc. I'll tell you what, I'll start with the 7s. I've got this is just an example of some 7s that came in, right? I've got tons more, and mostly 70s, late 70s, early 80s alt stuff, and pop. But what I focus on getting priced up is the, you know, the old, the post-punk stuff. So your Jams and your Modern Lovers, and there's a bit of Patti Smith, I think, still got to be priced up, and stuff similar to what I was showing you last week. I just don't go through it all. Anyway, I've got a ton of picture discs I finally got to. There's nothing special, they're all super, super cheap. I've got some cool ones. There's a Van Halen one on the wall over there. But it's mainly 80s pop picture discs, but I know people collect them. Amy Stewart and Dion Estes. See what I mean? Charity shop fodder, really. Heart, picture disc. Some people love picture discs, don't they? These have been hanging around for ages, and I thought, right, I'll just go and get them. This is Hazel Dean, and because I'm so funny on the label, I've put Hazel, Pearl, and Dean because I'm hilarious. Right, that's that. Just normal records, for normal people. Eric Clapton, backtracking. Blech. Again, separate the people from the music and enjoy the music. I've never met Eric Clapton, and you shouldn't judge, but I don't like him. Nina Simone sings the blues. I mean, this is the sort of record that doesn't normally get put out on the shop, because I just keep it. I've realised that the light is shining on these records, so I'll do my best to put them up there. It's a repress, it's got a barcode on it, but that's still a great album. House of the Rising Sun, wow. But yeah, that's good. A lot of standard fare in here. Again, if you've not watched one of these videos, this isn't a sort of record shop where every one is an absolute, like, corking record. Because you think that they just get that stock in all the time. Do you think they just get absolutely corking records in? They've got, like, you know, 9 copies of, like, the Big Star Fairs, Big Star record #1. No. They get junk. And you have to take out the junk. But luckily I don't. I just throw it all in, right? It's my shop. Do what I want. Well, the John Bell. This isn't junk, but this is not an expensive album. Moody Blues. The Moody Blues album worth having. Days of Future Past, Moody Blues. See that dude there? I know him. Personal showbiz friend. He's the producer of it, and basically they invented quadraphonic sound on this album, and he engineered it, and he told me an awful lot about engineering, mastering, and recording music to press on vinyl. So he believes vinyl is the best format. He also told me it's not the thickness of the vinyl. Ooh, it's not the size that matters. I'm sorry. It's quality of the master, and obviously how it's pressed and the stamper, and then quality of the recording and how that's transferred ultimately, and then the quality of the vinyl that you're going to use. So virgin vinyl. Sorry. I'm so Friday. Rather than like getting recycled or impurities in the vinyl, right? That will give you the best quality. Okay, so that's why people go for things like first presses, don't they? Because they're going to be the best replication of the sound from the tape. It's ultimately the stamper. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. Consider yourself learned. Oh. I think I'm dinging my bell too much. I don't know what that. I don't know. I'm having a cup of tea. I'm gonna have a cup of tea and just think about my actions. All right, I'm back. So I talk to you over that way, and you can see how annoying it is. And then they talk to dramatic, like they've got some. These YouTubers, like they've got some insight into something, and you're like, oh, I'm hanging on your every word. You're a teenager, and you seem to know all about, like, you know, the moon landings or something. Billy Joel, whatever. Glass houses. Best of Carly Simon. I told ya. Best of Carly Simon. Best of George Harrison. Extreme box set with a massive poster. It's like £4. I told you they're not all gonna be belters. Poster in there is the box set is Tragic Comic. It's got a giant poster of it. Did I show you this last week? You know what? I'm not apologising for that because it is what it is. Oh. Turn it off. Turn it off. Go outside. It's warm. That's my YouTube intro. I might come on and just do stating. I think I'll do a channel called Stating the Bleeding Obvious, and it'll just be like, it's warm, innit? And stuff like that. I can't think of any other good examples. Just pointing out the bleeding obvious. Obviously. Roxy. I don't know. You a big Roxy fan? Yeah. Everybody goes, the first 4 albums with Eno, they're the best. Really? First albums are the best. Tyler Childs. Country, not Western. It's a real mix, isn't it? Sade, Diamond Life. This is the next record, and what I've written on it is just describes just how juvenile I am. It's an Alan Parsons Project album, right? So of course I'm thinking the Alan Parsons Project, and I just put $1 million. Did you forget that joke? Come down. It's not a joke. Come down the shop. Le Hammond Inferno, my first political dance album. Get all sorts coming in. What is this? This is 2000 and I don't know. I'm waiting for new glasses to be delivered, and 2001 Bungalow Records. I don't know. I think I don't know what it is. But out of hell. I'm gonna keep this. Definitely keeping this below 30 minutes because let's be honest, we need to, right? But secondly, it doesn't upload. It doesn't upload. Beat combo, bunch of Scousers, pretty good. They'll go far. 20 quid. Beatles at the Hollywood Bowl. What's on that then? Twist and Shout. Ooh, She's a Woman. Dizzy Miss Lizzy. Ticket to Ride. Can't Buy Me Love. Things Just Today. Roll Over Beethoven. Boys. Hard Day's Night. Help. All My Lovin'. She Loves You. Long Tall Sally. 1964. 1964. Deep Purple. The Burps. Bobski. Long Train Coming. Slow Train Coming. Hard Train Coming. Fast Train Coming. Whatever. Django. You know about Django Reinhardt, right? I had 2 Django albums come in, and I kept one, and it's brilliant. Django's amazing. You know about Django being the jazz guitarist, and he only had on his fretting hand. He only had those 2 fingers. So imagine fretting your guitar, and you think, well, it's hard enough with when you've got 4 fingers, but he had them 2, and just got to listen to him. The recording, some of them aren't brilliant, but in the guitar world, he's like one of the genii. There's a ding for Django. Ding for Django. That's gotta be an album of someone playing Glastonbury, surely. If not the name of the band. Opening the Pyramid State today. Ding for Django. Here we go. Oh, rumour that the Foo Fighters are playing, aren't they? Like a special guest appearance, the unbilled type thing. That'd be quite cool if you were there amongst all the estate agents. I'm teasing. I'm just jealous. I've never been to Glasgow. I stopped going to festivals in the mid-90s because I think I've told you all the dungaree hemp story. Just get itchy legs thinking about it. But they're horrible festivals, let's be honest. I saw someone tweet last night that they took like a double bed. I don't know how true that was, but they went back down to their car, took like an IKEA double bed mattress and put it in a tent and had that. And it's not the point, is it, a camping? I mean, I went to my first festival, we went without a tent. I'm not saying, look at me, isn't it great? I'm just saying I was more interested in out whether I could carry me cider than I was about where I was. I didn't think I needed it. You know what I mean? So the idea of glamping. I remember no one would let us. I used to go to Reading Festival, and no one would let us in the town centre to go to the loo because the loos at the festival were, ugh. So no one would let us in. So everybody was like, Yeah, anyway, eating eggs and drinking cider. That's what festival's about. And New Order waking you up with that when you got a hangover. Sound checking, not the gig, obviously. Bob Dylan. Did I show you that Bob Dylan? Desire. Bob Dylan, New Morning. Brucey. The Wild, the Innocent, and the E Street Shuffle. There's got that Bruce Springsteen box set over there. Look at that thing again. Rolling Stones, Roll Golds. I've got a load of that Stone stuff is new in, and I'm threatening to buy some other Stones records. Queen Not Space, their greatest album. Of course it is. I mean, it's not, obviously, but it's got some cracking stuff on it now. I think this is one of them albums that's taken 40 years for people to go, well, okay, there's some interesting records on it, there's some rubbish. But it's got a lot of love, right? And I understand why. Well, I think I've showed you all these, but I don't care, I'm showing you again. Welcome to, whatever that says, Condale Summer Camp Rock. I've got a big sort of 80s absolute classic curly hair, palms, cowboy boots collection just come in. I was going to shove it in this one, but I thought, well, I won't have priced it, and so I'll price it for next week. So it's going to be next week is going to be, and I'm obviously just deciding what I won't let out, what I want to keep. But I don't think I'm going to keep any of it, even though it is all classic stuff. All those tickets over there, there's a load of bands that I went to see that are all in this collection. Not the cool ones. Not the cool ones. Not the Rage. But anyway, U2, that's next week. Live Under a Blood Red Sky. Whew, sorry, just dozed off then. Just at the mention of a U2 album. I'm kidding. I'm not kidding. George Michael, Listen Without Prejudice. This photo is taken in the 50s. Look how skinny everybody is. Yeah? Boomers had the best diet, didn't he? Yeah, you did. Yeah, you did. You may not have thought about it, but you did. We all had to grow up with bloody Angel Delight. And a trip to the... Basically, our diet was Angel Delight, trip to the dentist. Fizz bombs, trip to the dentist, wasn't it? 70s. Food was rubbish, wasn't it? Not blaming your mum and dad. No. Saying in general, it was rubbish, wasn't it? Right, got loads of James Taylor in. Sweet Baby James. That's a great song. Mudslide Slim. And there's a more collectible one back there. Am I into collectibles yet? I'll put them in the collectibles, only because I haven't got that many, so I might as well put them in there. Bob Dylan, Street Legal's quite a bit of Bob, isn't there? 15 quid. Peter Gabriel, So. I don't reminds me, somebody sent me a message about Peter Gabriel. I said I was going to tell them what records I had, so there's that. That's the end of that. Boom. 23. Let's just start with 23, because otherwise we'll be here all day. 23 mins. Hello, if you joined the video for a 23 mins for the collectibles, welcome. You've missed none. The records are up to my usual standard, which is laughable. Laughable to charity shop. I am really by myself. I just stand there and just chortle. I was going to say chuckle and chortle. I nearly made another word up there, but I have to be really careful that I didn't say chortle and chuckle and just invent some... I can't even think of what that would be. Mashup. Chorckle. Chorckle? Chorckle? Yeah. Chorckle. Let's make a word a day up. Or word a week up. Right, anyway, sorry, 24 or whatever. Join at 24. Right, hello, if you joined at 24 minutes for the collectibles. I'll change it to 24. God, honestly, I'm just so well prepared for these videos. Imagine this was quite well prepared and thought out, it'd be rubbish, wouldn't it? Alright, what have we got? Harvest. I've got quite a few copies of Harvest in, and some have gone out pretty cheap, and some are going out a bit more expensive because of the condition, because this is an album put out on basically cardboard. Well, they're all cardboard, but it's not laminated, rough textured, so these wear really easily, a bit like your Dark Side of the Moons. and that's in great condition with the insert. This isn't really collectible, is it? But anything Talking Heads, it just flies out the shop. So Talking Heads stop making sense. This is the most common Talking Heads album I get in stock, I think. Van Morrison, Tupelo Honey. I've never had this in. This is an original UK press of it. Yeah, 1972. Tupelo Honey, 25 nicker on that. A collectible James Taylor. It's a second press of it, but it's on Apple and it's pretty funky. Early stereo repress 1970. There's that on Apple. That's pretty cool. Cure mixed up. The vinyl looked heavily marked. When I got it, I was like, oh, that's a shame. I cleaned it up, I played it, and there's a bit of crackle in the background, but it plays through fine. And some records are quite remarkable for that. Some records look fine, and you play them, and they are all over the place, and that's probably the quality of the pressing. Back to what we were talking about before. Okay, Led Zepp 3, Plum. This is, I need to work out the exact one this is, but it is quite a nice. Right, so if you've got no idea and you just watch this because you think I'm an idiot or you're related to me and you feel obliged, then Led Zepp Records, this is called a Plum label, so on British presses, this is the first press of it, and obviously the first press is what everybody wants. A lot of reasons is because people just want the first press, the first one, and secondly, due to the fact that we spoke about before, quality of the pressing and quality of the sound you're going to get reproduced on there, if it's a good pressing and the grooves aren't worn. So that's why people collect these. This is a nice one. It's got marks on it, but it's really nice. So I'll be getting me lead out later, and I'll price that up. I've also got a first press Led Zepp 4. Now, if you don't know anything about Led Zepp 4, I'm not going to bother telling you because it's just too much. But if you do, it's Led Zeppelin's 4th album. But if you do and you collect that, this is first press version 8. Version 8. Peter Grant has gone. The feather's not inverted. It's got the same matrix as all the other details of the label is the same as what will be on version 8. So it is a version 8. There's a bit of tape on the back of it. It's not the worst sleeve I've seen. But there's old tape on the back of it. I think someone's bought it and taped it pretty quickly. Alright, some absolutely cool garage records now. Let's go through them. The Rationals, one of my favourite garage bands ever. Absolutely nuts. These are rare records. So these will be the ones I'll be showcasing on the photo. The cover of this. Count 5, Psychotic Reaction. Very good plus. Very good plus. I would put them all as. US press on that, look at that. If you don't know Psychotic Reaction by the Count 5, it's one of the most popular garage tunes of the 60s, and the Rationals as well. These are one of my favourite bands. What was the... Oh, this song's not on here. Anyway, super, they're amazing. I can't remember their big hit single. The Rationals, oh no. And then really popular, super duper, is The Seed, Pushing Too Hard. There's a great thing on YouTube where they appear in some American TV show, short-lived American TV show, and they just do a live version of it, and oh, look at this. This vinyl's near mint. Right, they're not priced yet. They're not going to be cheap. Know what I'm saying? So get ready for them. Right, that's it. Let's end it, because if I get too far. Right. Thanks for watching. Genuinely, if you do watch, I'm still going to make them if you don't watch. But if you do and you enjoy them, thanks very much. Don't tell your friends. Don't subscribe. Come down the shop, buy some records. Be tolerant. Be nice to each other. Don't be told by other people what to do. But I'm telling you what to do. You know what I mean. Right, let's try the Bluetooth. Oh, I watched this YouTube thing and it was about Naked Gun and Police Squad, and I just couldn't stop laughing at all the stupid jokes. And my favourite one where they freeze at the end and then there's a monkey going wild or they're pouring coffee, or There's a fight breaking out. Let's try it again with the Bluetooth. Alright, see ya, bye. It's that sort of thing. Bye. Oh, bye. I'm going to press the button.